From 17 once again, introducing you to my Halo 4 Legendary Difficulty video walkthrough. This is the final section to Mission 6, and this is about the part of the level where I was kind of thinking it should end, because it feels really fillery. And that is one of my biggest complaints about Halo games. The levels always outstay their welcome. And if you're getting to the point where you're noticing all you're doing in an area is shooting dudes a lot, that's when the area should either change the scenery or change to a different level, because it gets to the point where you see the numbers, you see the systems, you don't see the game, and it stops being fun. And this section here, we've just come from, you know, pretty simple thing. Fly to tower, do monotonous task of shooting loads of things and pressing buttons inside a big room, then fly to another tower to repeat the exact same formula in a different spaced room, only to come to a third tower and, lo and behold, shooting more dudes in a fancy looking room. And I know you could say that that's essentially all first-person shooters are. They're just these, you know, roller coasters where you run into these different rooms and shoot dudes, but each game hides them better, and at this point, this is where some of the wrapper starts to fade. This is where the curtain starts to fall back and you see behind it, and it's a shame, because I do think that Halo has great combat. It's just, you know, it can fatigue when you're in a very similar environment and the environment seems excessively long. But the cool thing about this place is once you get through this area, which is quite tough, because there's a lot of people with fuel rods, there's a lot of turrets, there's a lot of elites, and the cover's not great. There's a couple of stations with carbines on them, so you can pick up some pretty decent weapons when you need them. But I think I had a tendency to try and rush this area, which is why I died a couple of times, and it's all because I wanted to get the level done, because I felt the fatigue of how long it had been. And as long as you're not feeling that and it feels natural, you'll probably have a real good time. But I'm just voicing my own feelings of the matter. Mainly because my topics are running dry, and the only topic I have left is a documentary I watched about gay conversion camp, and I know that kind of topic is going to be diversive, which are the tangents that I do enjoy to do the most, and I want to save it for a longer video than 8 minutes, basically. So instead, I'm gonna go on my laptop and check out some gaming news, because when all else fails, use the internet, that's what it's for. And I can't imagine being in school these days, because I wouldn't learn a fucking thing, because I'd just Google everything, and when you Google stuff you don't even memorize it, you just read it and rip it off as if it's your own. I bet there's so many regulations and restrictions about doing anything as far as homework and coursework is concerned. I will warn you folks, my internet is not the fastest at this moment in time, so this might take a while. But I've gone to Xbox360achievements.org, because it's a pretty good site for news and achievement related things. And seeing as how this is a Halo video, favouring Xbox is probably a decent choice, because they're the people who are going to be watching it. And the first bit of news is Crysis 3 multiplayer hunter mode unveiled in this new video. And I can't be asked to watch the video to tell you what it's about, so yeah, there you go. Pretty good. Now we've got Grand Theft Auto 5 December GI cover reveals 3 protagonists, 3 criminal musketeers apparently. I don't know guys, I was not that stoked for Grand Theft Auto 4, and aside from the robbery mission, I didn't really like that game. I went to the midnight launch and spent the rest of the night playing Mass Effect, which is a totally worthwhile decision. Third bit of news on here. Oh, I should probably note, on this section, pick up the fuel rod, because when you get to this furthest platform, there's going to be 2 hunters, and I completely forgot about them. And there's so much fuel rod ammo in this room that you can literally spam the fuel rod and they just cannot take it. It's too much damage output for them, which is kind of cool, because hunters are bitches on this game. But the third piece of news, more Dead Space 3 screenshots delve into Carver's dementia. So I'm assuming from that title that the co-op player is going to be hallucinating and going slightly mad during the course of the game, which could be handled extremely well. I've got full faith in Visceral, and I know that that's going to be a survival horror co-op experience that everybody should experience. And I'm going to go as far as to say I will be recording a solo guide and a co-op playthrough, probably. Like, if I can figure out how to record the person I'm playing with chat when we speak, I'll do live commentary with it. It's just, at this moment in time, it's probably going to involve using Skype. That's the only thing I can think of. So if you're savvy with technology and you know how to record audio on that, which doesn't involve turning in-game chat up, turning in-game volume down, voice chat up, and then making it play through your speakers, because I've done that and the audio quality is fucking terrible. But Game of Thrones DLC goes beyond the wall. Couldn't give a single. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 getting YouTube streaming for live. Sorry, getting YouTube support for live streaming. That could be pretty good. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'm going to continue probably in the next video because there's something worth saying here finally. Hooray! On this section, I chose to clean off some of the turrets, clean out some of the elites and what have you. And the best strategy I found, instead of shooting everybody and messing about, just hop into the Banshee and just bail straight for the objective. Flying up and flying down are both random. Sometimes you don't get shot, sometimes you do. Sometimes you'll immediately die, other times you don't. There doesn't really seem to be a guaranteed way of doing it. Flying down seems to be kind of safer, but then this is Halo. Everything's sometimes safe and then other times it's dangerous. I make a little mistake here as I bail out, guys. I land on the top platform and this is not the door that opens. It's below the platform. So instead of standing around like an idiot like I'm doing, you're supposed to drop off the platform and then go through. So just hop down here like this and there you go. A potentially very challenging moment done rather quickly, which, if anything, that's what this guide is all about. I wish I'd have found more places where I could do that, but I didn't. But rest assured, the forums will be filled with people doing cheeky shortcuts, because that seems to be a load of things that people find. You know, the easiest way to get through Legendary possible. Don't shoot anything, just glitch jump for 40 minutes. But this is the end, guys. There's just a little bit more of exposition with Cortana and these symbols and what have you, so I'm going to cut this video off now. Thanks for watching, and you take care.